on why I despise Mario Kart and I hate playing it. Mainly because I'm so fucking good at it. And the game is fucking rigged. Okay? Bro, tell me, Welcome everybody to the Legend of Podcast episode 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. You want to introduce yourself, my man?
What's up? My name's Joey. Me and my boy here, Anthony, we've been best friends for forever, and we just want to talk about video games. Ain't that right, boy?
Yes, sir. So, you know, we wanted to start off episode 1 with, like, I mean, instead of us just sitting here and telling you guys, like, who we are and, like, all the boring stuff, we figured since, you know, our entire lives are basically, like, revolve around, like, video games and, like, pop culture media, stuff like that, we're going to give you our top 10 video games, personal video games. I mean, you know, these are the games that we resonated with growing up, just to tell you a little more about us. And as we go along here, wherever you find this podcast, if there's a comment section, just let us know what your favorite video game is of all time. As we come along here, maybe we mention one of your favorites, maybe we don't. Cry about it, but let's. I
mean, you're wrong either way, so.
We're always wrong. You sound like my girlfriend.
No, not you. I'm saying them. They're always wrong. Let's be honest. And my girlfriend says the same thing. What are you talking about?
Oh man. Yeah. All right.
That's
So
we're right.
Let's hop right into this, man. I want to keep the retention high because I know most of you left already. So F you. So let's you want to start off with number 10 as we come up with these games. I'm going to be pulling them up here for the visual effects, so if you're listening audibly you won't be seeing these, but you know, for you video watchers, good for you. I'm proud of you.
Just picture it. Just picture it, you know what I'm saying? Like, just picture the game.
Yeah, just picture.
So like Anthony said, like, we're going to start talking about games that are deep for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they meant something to us growing up. Not only did they stick with us through all our trials and tribulations this far, but they're most likely going to stick with us through our trials and tribulations further down the road. You know, they're our escape. At least for me, these are my escapes from reality. Mm-hmm. These are the things that brought me into, you know, to what I like today. So we actually tried recording this already, and it was a bit of a mess up. My entire thing didn't record, so hopefully this works.
If it doesn't, I'm coming over there and I'm choke slamming you.
Well, if you're already here, then we should just do it, like, you know, just face to face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But either way, mine are going to be a little different from last time, because I had some more time to think about it. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So my number 10 spot, I would have to say, is Lego Star Wars 2: The Original Trilogy.
Okay.
Now, this was one of my first games ever growing up, for my PlayStation 2. You know, the original trilogy for Star Wars was how I got introduced to Star Wars. Most kids our age, they got introduced to Star Wars through the prequels. I didn't. Yeah. I got introduced through the original trilogy, like a good boy. So when I found this game that came out, I loved Lego, I loved Star Wars. It was just the perfect blend of everything, and I love PlayStation 2. So, you know, I know the Skywalker Saga came out. I know the original, the complete saga.
Yeah, wasn't there? Is that what it's called? The complete saga, right?
Yep. I mean, everyone says that's better. I agree, it's better, but for me, the original trilogy is just where it's at.
Yeah,
so I can't even.
Yeah, I mean, the complete. I guess that kind of counts as 3 games, right? So if you had to pick one, I guess this is the one. And I guess,
yeah, for sure.
I guess I agree. This probably is the better of the 3. I guess even like of the 6, maybe, honestly. But yeah, no, that's like a really personal pick. I don't know if this is in anybody's like top 10, like on average. You know, like this is definitely like a niche pick. You know.
Oh, for sure. And I pride myself on being niche.
Yeah, you are a little niche.
Oh, you. Stop that.
Oh my god.
So what would you say is number 10 for you?
My number 10, I don't know. You see, like, as a kid, like, I guess nowadays you kind of worry about, not worry, but like you think about like what's popular and like all like what's the new trendy game. But I was like 8 when I was playing this game, right? So like I don't really know, like if how hype this game was. Like you know what I mean? Like whatever. Like this time it was, I played it. It was fun. It was a DS game, and like and in daycare, you know. Like I had nothing better to do. My parents got me this game. I'm talking about New Super Mario Bros. For DS, right? That game was like my first DS game outside of like a Pokemon game, and like I'll tell you what, man, I was like 8, 9 years old playing this game, and like. Dude, like I mean, 8 worlds. Maybe it's just a typical Mario game, but this was my first Mario game, right? And like,
that was your first Mario game?
This was my first Mario game. Like, this was it.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Like, yeah, but like, it was like the DS game. Like, your parents go to GameStop, like, oh, what game should I get my kid? They're gonna tell you this one, and I got it. Maybe I'm a basic bitch, whatever. But this is my favorite. Or I should say this is my top 10 and my introduction to like the Mario franchise, you know? So I guess we didn't mention it, but like, we have a rule where it's only going to be one game per franchise. So like, since I mentioned this, I can't really mention games like Mario Odyssey or 3D. Like, this is my Mario game I would have to pick. So like, this is definitely the game I resonate with for my top 10.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, I completely forgot about that rule. So thanks for reminding me. That's actually funny because my segue is actually Super Mario World.
Okay.
That's my number 9. So Super Mario World on the SNES.
On the SNES?
Obviously, it's a great one. Yeah, but like so, the original SNES one is just great. My personal favorite was. No, my favorite one was Super Mario Advanced 2 Super Mario World for the Game Boy Advance. So it's like, you know, I didn't grow up with the SNES or N64 or anything like that, and my handheld was a Game Boy Advanced. So my parents saw the old Mario games, they put them on there, and it's like, I had Super Mario 3, which was great. I loved it. It was Super Mario World. I have hours in that game. Like, I have over 150 hours.
Yeah.
Like, from like my first year of getting it. And I still have never beaten it. Never.
Really? You've never beaten it? So, like, to this, do you still have it?
Yeah, I still, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I actually, I sold most of my retro games, so no, I no longer have it. But I have it on Switch, so I'll play it on Switch.
Oh, it's on NSO?
Yeah.
That's kind of clutch. Yeah, no, this is there's definitely nothing like the 2D like retro Marios, like Game Boy Marios, man, with that art style and like that whole vibe. Like, Mario music does not sound good nowadays to me. Like, if I hear the Mario jingle, but in like, I don't know, like the bit version from the Game Boy, like that hits. Nowadays, I'm like I hear it on like the Wii U or even there's like the Switch themes. It's like, that's kind of like whatever. But these, bro, Game Boy soundtracks, bro, they slap.
Yeah,
they slap.
Well, that's
hard.
The thing. It's like they had to try back then, right?
Yeah.
Like, they only had so much, and I'm sure they didn't really think about it back then either. But it's like they only had so much power to put into a game, you know. So it's like on the console side of things, everything was advancing, but as far as handheld goes, like, that's what I love about handhelds, right? It's like handhelds are previous generations just shrunken down. Like the Switch, it's a PS3 but shrunken down, right? So it's like the Game Boy Advance was an SNES shrunken down. So it's like, I don't know, they had to try back then. They really had to try with the sound. There's just something about that eeriness of the pixelated music, especially for something like Pokemon.
The pixelated music, bro, is definitely like hits home for me. Like, especially like growing up like on the older Game Boy games, or like, I don't know, maybe not old, you know, like, I don't know, bro. Like, Game Boy Advance was the console to have, bro.
Yeah, I had SP, so.
Yeah, my mom had the Advanced and gave it to me. And then I got my SP, and then it was the DS. But yeah.
See, I had the Game Boy Advance SP, and then my brother and sister got DSs. I didn't get a DS until like the DSi came out. So I missed a whole
Jesus.
generation of games. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, but I still have that. I still have that DSi though, which is crazy.
So like you didn't play a DS game until like
Although I would steal my brother and sister's games, but like they didn't really play anything. They were like, they were kids. They didn't really know what they were doing really. My brother and sister, they played Mario Party DS and stuff, but I mean they didn't do anything like none of the Zelda games or anything like that. So it was kind of whatever.
Okay.
But
Oh, jeez.
what's your number?
So,
I'm kind of curious now.
I might get a lot of hate for this one. This one, I don't know if this is worthy of like. Well, I guess I don't know, man. Joe.
Well, I already hate you, so.
Joe, what if I told you you can enter a world and you could do anything you wanted, whenever you wanted, and you could build anything you want. You can have all the animals you want. You can go to different dimensions. You could fight dragons. You can fight zombies. You could fight these evil pig dudes. Can you guess what game I'm
You
talking
talking
about?
about Roblox?
How'd you know? Well, of course, I'm talking about the one and only Mojang game. I think that's the only game they've ever made. Have they ever? I don't think they've ever needed.
Well, did they
to
do? Well, I mean, you're talking about Minecraft, obviously.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Did they make Minecraft Dungeons?
No, I don't think they had any involvement with dungeons.
They outsource it.
Yeah, I don't. I think they just. I think they just sent the properties. I don't think they made. I don't think they have anything to do with it. But yeah, I'm talking about Minecraft. So like,
Fire.
I got into Minecraft when it first came out. Like I was like maybe like 9. I don't know. When did it come out? 2009.
Yeah.
So I was 9, and I had this on my big chunky HP laptop, and I was playing it with the touchpad. Dude, I felt like a king. But like back then, bro, it was literally bricks, stone, sand. Like that was it. Like, you know what I mean? Like those were your materials. You had
it was
like
basic. It was very basic. I remember.
There was no scroll wheel when it came to the different types of blocks. Like it could fit all in one page with how many different types of materials there was. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot.
I remember that.
Like there wasn't. Then they added
that.
a scroll wheel because they started adding like brick. And they started adding like all this kinds of shit. I was like in the OG version of Minecraft playing this thing. And then like as it evolved, like I was always excited for the updates and stuff like that. Like we created a world, bro, when we were like, I think when we met we were like 13, 14, and we have a world to this day. The GOAT, Bumblescump, bro.
Bro, stop.
Bumblescump.
Okay, you know how I made that? So you know how I made that name? How I created that name?
I don't think you ever told me how.
So, Bumblescump is actually a town in Family Guy. It's like, I think season 1 or 2, and it's like when the Griffins have to go. Yeah, the Griffins have to go down to the deep south, and they go down to the town of Bumblescump, population 34.
No way.
Yeah, it's actually really funny.
That's how you got that name?
Episode. Yeah, I think I saw the episode that day, and I was like,
my mind is blown.
But no, like, dude, I still remember that world where it was like, we had this like giant treehouse in the jungle, and like there was like a bunch of secret stuff, but I mean, really, we turned like a little treehouse into an entire civilization, which is sick.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, was it survival though, or did we do it creative?
We did. I think it was creative when we built it.
Yeah, but dude, I still remember like the day we made that. It was like, I think January, and it was snowing outside. We walked home from school, and we literally sat there in your room with Twix and Arnold Palmer.
Hell yeah. That was our frequent diet back in our like younger years. Just Twix, Arnold Palmer, the occasional pizza that my mom made. Like that was it, bro.
Reese's.
And then we would go outside and burn all of it off because we would just run around. But like literally, that was our food pyramid. It was literally Twix, Arnold Palmer, my mom's homemade pizza, and like whatever was in the house. But yeah,
sometimes Chinese food, honestly. Oh,
She
and
would
Wawa
get-
runs.
oh my god, you know how many times I've asked my mom
Dude.
for like $10 to just walk to Wawa?
Dude, we honestly, if we kept all that money for those who don't know, Wawa's a convenience store. Basically, it's a convenience store, gas station. Got some great food. If you're in the Philly, Jersey, New York,
Yeah.
tri-state area, you know what it is. But dude, if we kept all that money from Wawa, we would be like millionaires. by
Yeah,
now.
we would have so much
Or at
money.
least-
Yeah.
or at least have enough for a car.
Can you
Like,
imagine like all those times like you asked your parents for money? If you just put that in a piggy bank instead of like using it on whatever dumb shit you wanted because you were a kid? Like, you know how
Nah,
many
but-
video games like I wouldn't have bought if my mom didn't give me money? And like it like literally like I can only like you always think back and like you want to like do like numbers like that, like, oh, I wonder how much money I'd have if I never bought like, I don't know, candy my entire, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like you always think
Yeah.
that, like, bro, we would be rich.
Well, it's actually kind of funny because, we decided to spend it on video games. Now we're talking about video games. So,
What's your number?
But,
What are we on, 8?
yeah, we're on 8 now. I would
Okay.
say my number 8 is... this is tough because it's a bit of a newer release. I would say my number 8 is Far Cry 3. Now, I got the Far Cry 6 poster back here.
Not Far Cry 2?
Far Cry... Huh?
Far Cry 2 has like the legendary bad guy in it, doesn't it?
No, that's Far Cry 3.
Oh.
You're thinking of Voss.
Yeah, that
Right,
dude.
Voss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that dude. This guy. No, that's Far Cry 3.
Oh, okay.
Came out 2000. Yeah, it for those. I mean, whoever hasn't played Far Cry 3, you're doing something wrong with your life.
I never played it.
Dude, it's so
Go on.
freaking good. Oh, dude. I mean, okay, so it's like a first-person survival game, action survival, guns, knives, stealth, action, bombs, blowing up, desert island. You and your like Hollywood friends get stranded on desert island, and you got to save them all. It's just like it's a very simple concept, but I love Far Cry 3 because of the reason everyone loves Far Cry 3 for the villains. Well, the villain, Voss.
Yeah, no, I
I
never played it. My first Far Cry, I think, was Far Cry 4.
Yeah,
And then, like, I
with
played
Pagan
the-
Min.
Yeah, with Pagan Min. And I never played Far Cry 3. Maybe it's because, like, I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and, like,
Yeah.
I didn't get into PlayStation and Xbox and, like, these kind of games until I really met you. You know what I mean?
Well,
And-
another reason I love Far Cry 3 is because before actually we became friends, our mutual friend, Jeff, he would always come over to my house all the time.
Yeah.
And Far Cry 3 had a co-op campaign.
Oh, really?
So, like, it had its regular campaign. Yeah, it had its regular campaign. And then it's had its own
I had no idea.
separate co-op campaign. Yeah, so we would literally sit there all hours of the night just playing the co-op campaign. And dude, it was there's some great memories. It's just
Yeah.
some great memories. I mean, it's nothing like spectacular. It doesn't like it's not like groundbreaking as far as
Yeah.
gameplay goes or graphics. But
Is it open
it's
world?
groundbreaking in the sense. Yeah, but it's groundbreaking in the sense of the villain, of the acting, of the story. Like that's what's groundbreaking about it, and that's why I love it.
Right. Yeah, no, I guess I never really tried it. I don't know. Like, how long is the game, do you think?
Well, if you just kind of go through the story, go through the motions, like
Yeah.
like 10 hours.
That's it, really?
Well, but the whole point is to do exploration. I mean, there's literally since it's a Ubisoft game, there's an entire section where you actually find an abandoned Abstergo lab. When Abstergo is the modern day
Yeah.
Templars.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ubisoft's dope for that. Ubisoft, yo, I have
Yeah.
to say Ubisoft is like, gotta be like a top 5 developer of all time, bro.
Yeah, I mean OG Ubisoft.
Oh
OG
yeah,
Ubisoft.
nowadays they suck. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like this generation of Ubisoft. Like,
Yeah.
definitely,
Well, it's really
like
funny too.
after the first Watch Dogs, no.
Yeah. Well, it's actually it's kind of funny too about the Far Cry game.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Mando, the guy who plays Voss in Far Cry 3,
Okay.
he's in Better Call Saul, which is a Breaking Bad spinoff.
Oh yeah, I
And
love Breaking Bad.
Far Cry 6, Giancarlo Esposito back here, he plays Castillo, which is the bad guy in Far Cry 6. But he also plays Gus Fring in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yep.
So you literally have Gus Fring. I mean, you have Castillo and freaking Voss and Nacho and Gus. Literally, like, it's just so cool. It's like the two Far Cry bad guys in the same show. It's like,
Those are. I all I know is like this dude. Like I know this Voss is like considered like the best villain of all time, like in a video game.
Well, it's kind of funny too because I'm actually, so for those who don't know, I mean our friends are probably watching this, but for those who don't know, I'm an actor. I went to film school. I graduated film school, and I was on a couple TV shows doing like some small stuff and some stage stuff. And in order to get into the school I went to, we had to do monologues, and I did the definition of insanity monologue to get into school, and that, like, I did the whole thing. Not exactly how he did it in the game, but like I did the whole monologue, and they loved it so much. Like, where did that come from? I'm like, it came from a video game. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so original. I'm like, yeah. And like, thanks to Far Cry 3, I got into film school. So that's another reason why it's my number 8.
Yeah, that's a sick story, bro. Because you like literally like took, like, it's not like you just found something, right, and like practiced it. Like, you took something from your childhood, bro, and like recreated it. You know, that's fire.
And something that nobody knows. Mm-hmm. Like, not nobody knows, but like nobody in that field would really think to do.
Right. Yeah.
So, and then come to find out that some of my teachers in school were actually in Red Dead Redemption 2, that were in GTA. You know, yeah. Like, you know, in Red Dead Redemption 2, the guy Hamish, he's the warrior, the soldier, the veteran with the prosthetic leg, and he's got like that white horse, and it's like a whole mission section towards the like in the forest area. Yeah, Brian Duffy, my teacher, he played that guy. Look it up. I mean, see his IMDb, you'll see him that he played Hamish in Red Dead Redemption 2, and he was my teacher. So, it's freaking cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I used.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My top, or my number 8, I guess, it's gonna give me a lot of hate. So, like I said, it's just one game per franchise, right? That's the rule. Mm-hmm. So like, out of this long, storied and historic franchise, right? Like dating back to I think the early 2000s. There's like an obvious, like, you know, best out of all of them. Maybe it's not obvious, but like there's probably like 2 or 3 of them, of these you know, of these 3 games of this franchise you could put, like, you know, above this one I'm about to say. But this one's mine, and it's a Call of Duty game. And my Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 3. That was my Call of Duty. So like, this was when I was 7th grade, and I saved up all my money. I bought an Xbox 360, and then I had to cry to my mom because I'm like, all my friends were playing online, and I didn't realize you had to pay for online. So Xbox Live at the time, I think it was like $15 or $20. So I had to find another $15, $20 just to talk to them in the party chat, right? And then I had no games to play with them. So like this is when like I started like actually like making friends, playing games with them, and they were all playing this game. I guess 2007, 2008. This is the game they were playing. So I had to save up more lunch money to get this game. And yeah, this was just my game. I mean, I was brutally bad. Like, I sucked ass. Like, I was so bad. But yeah, this was my Call of Duty, man. Like, obviously, like, you could say Black Ops 2. You could say you know, like, you could say like a bunch of, you could say Modern Warfare 2 is better than this one, but for me, this is just my Call of Duty.
Well, it's funny you say that because that was actually my first Call of Duty that I got from my parents also. Modern Warfare 3. So, yeah, and I think one thing that people tend to forget about Modern Warfare 3 is the one Spec Ops mode, Survival. Yeah. Right? Like, it's basically, like, okay, so for those of you who don't know, because they've never done it, I mean, they've done it in Modern Warfare 2019, but it's terrible. Basically, it's just waves of enemies coming at you with guns, and then there's helicopters, juggernauts, dogs, C4 dogs. Like, it's literally like you and your buddy try to, or you and your buddies, or you by yourself, just try to survive as long as you can. Like literally, the objective says survive as long as you can. We'll try to send reinforcements. They never send reinforcements.
Nah, never.
You always die.
You always die.
But but still, like, it was so, like, that was innovative to me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like the freaking first scene, opening up the door to your trashed Humvee and seeing the stock exchange and like downtown Manhattan just in a blaze. Like, that blows my mind, because we're really close to New York City. I actually used to live in New York City. I lived in Brooklyn. I went to school in downtown Manhattan, and I literally walked past, like, I walked the actual like streets that they took in the game. So
that's
it's like
fire.
It made it surreal for me, because like we kind of live that,
That's
and
sick.
I mean, I'm the same way with you, right? Like, that's like, people overlook this Call of Duty because they're just like, oh, it's more Modern Warfare 2, but it's not. Like, it's a sick ass game.
Yeah.
And who says that more Modern Warfare 2 is bad?
I think it's because I probably because like MW2 is considered like probably the best one. For at least for what I hear. So like this one kind of gets left behind, But like this one just did Modern Warfare 2, but like better graphics, better multiplayer, in my opinion. But maybe I mean, listen, maybe the story wasn't Modern Warfare 2, but listen, man, this game was my childhood, like part of my childhood. That's why I got it at number 8.
I mean, dude, I agree with you. I honestly agree with you. I've played the Modern Warfare games recently, and honestly, 3 was more enjoyable.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was more enjoyable than 2. I mean,
oh, shit.
when you talk about the multiplayer, I mean, the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 was so unbalanced, which what people thought, like, that was part of the game. Like, that was a good, like, feature in the game. Like, charm. But honestly, people these days are saying that Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, is, like, the best. And, I mean, I can see why. It's literally, it's amazing. It's amazing. But, no, so my number 7, thinking about it, it's so tough because there's so many games that have been impactful on our lives, right? So it's like, I don't even know what to say. I think number 7, I'm going to go with Dishonored.
Ooh.
And yeah, I mean, Dishonored.
1 or 2? For
those who've never, 1. Yeah, hands down 1. I mean, that's an easy answer. For those who don't know, Dishonored is a steampunk Victorian stealth game where you have basically, like, it's a first-person stealth game where your objective is obviously to assassinate people who dishonored you. And it's like there's mystical dark arts, magical arts behind it. There's science behind it. I mean, it's just it's a linear game.
Yeah.
That I wish was open world because of how expansive the world is. Like, I would pay so much. Well, they kind of expanded on it in the sequel, but it just, I don't know, it just wasn't as good.
This isn't something I never played. But I remember watching you play this game like all the time growing up, and like it definitely seems like it's definitely like a fun game to play and just like chill and like be a badass,
Well, the thing is too is that like I didn't even have to pay for it. I got it through Xbox Gold on my 360 way back in the day.
Oh,
so
fuck
I
yeah,
experienced it for free.
Xbox
and
Gold
then
is
when
the
they
GOAT.
remade it. Yeah, it used to be.
They still do it though.
Yeah. Yeah, but dude, it's shit. I mean, if you see some of the games on it, it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, the PlayStation free games are definitely better now.
But dude, I mean, look at this. Like, I love Dishonored so much. I still have my collector's edition mask. Yeah, dude. I mean, this thing's insane. But yeah, I mean, Dishonored. It was one of those things that. Bye, baby. Sorry, my girl just walked in. She's heading out. It's one of those things where it's like I could replay it a million times and do it completely differently every time. Like,
was there alternate endings?
There's a few alternate endings, but really the biggest thing is is there's also a morality system. So it's like if you kill innocent people,
Oh, that's right.
like in the game, right? There's a plague, like there's a plague that's destroying the city, and if you kill a bunch of innocent people, if you do things, like with the evil heart, basically kind of thing, that's kind of where they go with it. The plague picks up. There's more rats that'll attack you. There's more sick people that'll attack you, and yeah, there's a big morality system behind it.
That's an interesting game mechanic.
You can go the entire game without killing a single person. Like, you have the option to knock people out instead of stabbing them.
What about
and,
the
like,
people
hiding
you
the
have
bodies.
to kill, like because they dishonored you or whatever?
There's alternate versions. Okay, so like the first guy you got to kill, right? A high overseer, which is like kind of like their version of the Pope.
Yeah.
You can either poison him, or you can brand him a heretic and like with like a hot iron, brand him a heretic and he will be exiled. And so it's like there's ways to go around killing these targets. There's there's ways around it, and it's just, it blows my mind that in 2012 Arcane Studios was able to do this.
How long is the story?
It's longer than you think. Like, I think it's a good, on like estimating, like if you take your time with it, a good like 20 hours. If you take your time
It's
with
not
it.
too bad. Like nowadays, bro, like I with a full-time job, bro, I'm really like looking for games that are like, I could do the story in like, I don't know, like 20 hours, 15 hours, you know? Like that's
Dude,
really...
play Dishonored.
Yeah.
Play Dishonored because like the thing is like,
Is the story
I'm not
good?
gonna spoil it, but it's really good. It's really good. I might be biased, but I think it's really good. Like,
Probably.
and the story. Well, here's the thing too. The story is also in the notes you find, because there's like hidden notes around. There's your daughter, who, you know, supposedly your daughter, who is, you know, very what's the word? Impressionable on you. So like if you kill a bunch of people, she'll have a darker heart and be like, they should have died. But if you save a bunch of people and you do it the right way, she'll be like,
Oh, that's kind
the
of sick.
merciful and everything like that. It's like there's just so much behind it, and then there's a little
actually kinda
hub where
fire.
there's a little hub area where you get to upgrade your weapons and talk to people, and there's just, it's so good, dude. I really recommend you playing it if you never played it.
I might. I'll probably get to it. Right now, I'm playing through like Final Fantasy 16, so like that's like all my time right now.
Right.
But yeah, I'll probably this game's definitely on the backlog. So I guess now that was number 7, right?
Yes.
So my number 7. I'm gonna get another. I'm gonna get a little more hate for this one, man. So
See, you keep saying that, but I'm agreeing with you on most of this. So it's like,
what if I told you, Joe?
oh gosh,
You can enter a world and do
pure
whatever you
imagination.
want, whenever you want. You can buy whatever car you want. You
Oh, you're talking about GTA.
You can make, yeah. Okay. Don't let me finish my bit. Whatever. Fuck
no,
you.
don't finish it. You already did it once. You already did it once.
So let me clear up my selection here. So I'm not talking about the GTA GTA 5 you may know nowadays. I'm talking about the OG 2011 or whatever, no, 2013
13.
Grand Theft Auto, right? The story mode with Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. Like, and you could switch
Yes.
between these 3 characters at any given time, and like you could switch to Trevor, and he'd be in the back of some truck fucking somebody. Like, this game was wild. Like, this game, you could not recreate this game nowadays, bro. And that's what I love about it, because like it did not care. Like, it did not care. Definitely the most raunchy kind of like video game I've ever played. And
Oh, for sure.
like this game, so like, and then I guess GTA Online, but the OG GTA Online, where you hopped on and you're like, hey, you're just in this open world with your friends. Like, that was not common. You did not just enter an open world online with your friends and do whatever you wanted.
No.
Like, that didn't happen. You know, like that wasn't a thing. Now, like, it's so common, but when this was out, the only other time you could do that is if you were playing some like MMO RPG like WoW or like something like that. You literally hopped into this game drove around with your friends and just robbed like all these mini marts, and like you just saved up to get like, I don't know, the Infernus, which was like $100,000 car that was like so expensive. Nowadays that's like nothing, but
yeah,
I'd say
that's like one little shark card.
yeah, I would say like the era from 2013 to like 2015, 16, like towards the end of high school. That's the GTA 5 I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's my number 7.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean,
shut
honestly, I agree with you 100%. No, seriously, like I agree with you there, because that era was just so freeing, right? It's like, and here's the thing too, like most of my time playing that game when I was doing it by myself was just driving around San Andreas and Los Santos. Here's the thing too that people don't get. Most people don't get. It is still probably next to Dead Island 2 probably, but like the most accurate representation of Los Angeles in a video game. Well, I mean, I lived there for a good year and a half, so you know.
Yeah.
After living in Los Angeles, in Burbank, and all that good stuff, I literally would play GTA and then go out and try to drive in the same areas, and like it's small, it's smaller, like it's not a 1-for-1, but it's expansive enough to where it's like, okay, this is accurate. This is accurate too. Like they had Malibu Pier, they had Venice Beach, they had Hollywood Boulevard, they had Beverly Hills. They had everything, right? And then you go into the mountains and dude, tell me driving the mountains in GTA wasn't just so soothing.
That was, it was like, at the time, like even the graphics were like amazing, right? So like you could literally just like the story was a solid 7 out of 10. Like the story was not like, you know, groundbreaking by any means, but it was fun.
Like, you no Shakespeare. It's no Shakespeare.
No, yeah, but you played the game, you had fun, you hopped online and did some missions with your friends, and then the heist came out, and that's all anybody ever did. The first heist, what was it? The Pacific Standard job where you robbed a bank and like you each got like, I don't know, like I think you got like 60 grand a piece, and that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Yeah,
I was that's 60 grand.
Yeah, for real. But bro, that's my number 7, man.
That's a good one. It's actually funny because my number 6 is going to segue from that. Actually, it's a little bit different. But my number 6 is actually going to be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I know it's you know, obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2, it's really good. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is it's very touching for me because it came out when I was doing my first year of college, and I didn't have a lot of time to play video games that much, even though I brought my Xbox to school. And this was when I was living in New York. And me and my roommate, we would just sit there and we were both playing Red Dead Redemption 2. And it reminded me of home because of how much we played GTA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the same time, when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, we were studying Westerns in film school.
Oh, really?
So it's like, yeah, so like it
Arthur
came out
Morgan.
during the time. Yeah, Arthur Morgan going down to Valentine. No, but like we were studying Clint Eastwood's Westerns and John Wayne's Westerns and, you know, all that stuff while Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. And on top of that, like I said, my teacher was in this freaking game.
Yeah,
so like it was
gotta
just
be surreal.
It was so surreal, and like the placement and the timing. I mean, I still play it today, and I still cry. Arthur's story.
Did you hear that they're possibly remaking Red Dead 1?
Oh, like Red Dead Revolver?
Yeah, for like
or Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 1.
I play it.
They're saying that there's a possibility that they're going to remake it and like with HD and like maybe it's coming to Switch like the original.
Dude,
you like this one better, though, right?
For me. Well, okay.
They say that the story in 1 is better, but like Red Dead 2, I feel like it's just like GTA where you just get online or like you just play the game and you get lost. Like you just do a bunch of shit.
So here's the thing with the story, right? And I'm going to kind of fanboy this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Red Dead Redemption 1 is a story about a man who was... cowboy. He was a gang member, and he was trying to live his life, and the government basically stole his wife and son, told him, hey, you need to kill all these people, and then you get your life back, and then died. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a story about a gang who are basically the last of their kind because of the new era and the new century.
Yeah.
You know, going into the 1900s, it's like this is the end of the cowboys, this is the end of the Wild West.
Right.
And they're trying to hold on to it. You know, but it's also a story about Arthur Morgan trying to redeem himself for all the mistakes he's done in his life. You know, little by little, by
Is there
trying
a
to help
morality
John
system
Marston.
in this game too, or no?
Yeah, there's a morality system. I mean, it's a lot more gameplay.
Yeah.
It's a lot more like gameplay centered than it is story centered. But dude, when I tell you, like you can do the simplest shit in the game. Like you can literally sit at a campfire and have a full on optional conversation with your gang that you never would have thought would have been able to hear.
Yeah.
And like you can literally go to your camp chef and just get a bowl of stew.
That's actually
Like,
it's almost like a life sim.
Right?
Like
Exactly.
if you were like some
And
badass
that's
gangster.
what I love about it.
Yeah, no, like I think I got like 20 hours in. I don't think I beat it though. I never beat it. I got 20 hours in. You know, like the game mechanics cool. It's all cool. I think I might have been a little too young. Like I might have been like too young while I was playing this. I lost a little bit of patience and like I kind of like, you know, and like working and stuff. I don't think I gave it a fair chance because I know I went out and bought it. I played it for like 20 hours and like I loved it, but for some reason it just like I don't know. I gave up on it. So it's like it's definitely something I have to go back to and finish because I feel like it's like such a legendary game, and it's definitely something I want to play.
Well, it's one of those things that if you don't experience it, you're missing out. You don't realize how much you're missing out, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's not for everybody. My brother, he is such... I mean, you know my brother. He's a freaking gamer, right? He plays, like, stuff like, you know, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, freaking Metal Gear. I mean, he plays, like, everything. He plays Binding of Isaac. I mean, like, there's just so much shit he plays. He hates Rockstar games with a passion, and he will die on that hill.
Why?
He hates them. He hates the mechanics.
Did GTA 5 ruin it for him?
Yeah. Well, he hates the mechanics, and he tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's just like the mechanics. He couldn't do it.
Oh, like their physics and stuff like that?
Yeah, and like I get that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's kind of the same reason why I won't play certain games too, which I get, you know, so it's like it's not for everybody, but...
Well,
I mean, this one it held a special place in my heart, and I have to just give it up for that. I mean, and the timing and the stuff in my life that was happening, it was perfect. It was perfect.
That was your number 6?
Yes.
So my number 6, I told you at the beginning. I think you forgot this one. So this is something that I played when on my PS4. And if you thought your PS4 was a jet engine, wait until you played this game on it, right? Like your PS4 was gonna explode, bro. This was like the last game they made for the PS4. Like once they figured out how to like maximize all the hardware and stuff like that. This thing, bro. This game is absolutely insane, and I have at least 150 hours in it, if not more, maybe more than that in the remake. And of course I'm talking about the one and only Ghost of Tsushima. This game, bro, you go back to feudal Japan, bro, and you are running around as Jin Sakai, and you are this bad-ass samurai, bro, with a flute. You can whip out at any time. You can literally just whip out a flute and just play it, right? So you whip out your flute, and then you ride around on your horsey, and then you just roll up to some dude, you hit a button, and now you're standing off with this dude, and you gotta hit this button combo nation, and you gotta fuck this dude up. And you feel like such a badass playing this game. And what I like about this game is that, like, it's not just like a button masher, right? Like, you're not just pressing the same button. Right. Like, it actually utilizes combos, and like actually, like, you could string attacks together and like parries and stuff like that. Like Assassin's Creed, like you're just pressing attack, dodge. Yeah. This was a lot more skill based. There was like, I think there was 4 fighting stances. You know, like for the four different fighting stanches for 4 different weapons. Like, dude, this game was insane, and I loved every second of it. The story was amazing. The DLC was amazing. Dude, one of my should be higher on my list, but I think it's too recent of a game for me to do that. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, bro, my number 6.
Dude, it's actually really funny because I totally forgot to put that game on my list.
Dude,
but like, I
you.
agree with you in every aspect of everything you just said.
Didn't you hate it?
Okay, you know what? I don't hear. So at first, I tried the game out and it was kind of like meh. I didn't really get into it.
Ghost of Tsushima is meh.
Well, I just wasn't in. I wasn't feeling it. Right, I wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
I got it for PS5, and I'm like, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I get it. You know, I needed to wait a year and a half or something like that. You know, I just needed to.
What happened was whenever you get the deluxe version of any game, I feel like you automatically love it.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, you can get the deluxe version of Cooking Mama's Cooking Star for the Switch, and like have like it come with some pot and pans, and you'd be like, dude, this is like honestly like my number 4. You know.
Okay, you're telling me that you wouldn't think that if you got some pots and pans?
If they were cast iron, I would think about it. Otherwise, no.
Okay, a cast iron skillet with Cooking Mama's face on it.
I'd get it. Cooking Mama, Cooking Mama is definitely on my list now. I'm taking Ghost of Tsushima off for number 6, and it's gonna be Cooking Mama.
Oh snap! Oh snap! All right, then I'm going with Barbie's Dreamland.
Fine, you could have that one.
But no, like like I said, I agree with you 100% on everything about Ghost of Tsushima. But also, here's the thing too, right? So they have what's called the Kurosawa mode. Now, most people who aren't film buffs don't know who Akira Kurosawa is. Akira Kurosawa was basically the samurai movie director and filmmaker. I mean, he basically, like, his movies inspired Jedi for George Lucas, and he's gotten to say that. And the mode is literally a film grainy black and white in all Japanese, and it's just, dude, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful. But it's also like, you know, do you really want to play that mode because it takes away from the beautiful colors of the game?
Oh my god, it's such a beautiful game. Like Sakura season, bro, when everything's pink and you're just riding around and you see like these leaves like blowing in the wind and you're just riding on your horse, bro. And like when you're and Jin will like reach his hand over and like brush the grass on his hand, and it's just it's so cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a cool game.
So my top 5 now, right?
Oh boy.
So it's changed a little bit. I mean, it fluctuates every now and then, obviously, but I had to solidify this one, right? So my number 5 is going to be Assassin's Creed 2.
Ooh.
Now, yeah. So obviously, the Assassin's Creed games aren't fantastic. Aren't like spectacles in any sense of it, right? It's basically just
when they came out.
Well, no. Here's the thing, right? When they came out, right? But I'm saying like they're not like anything breathtaking today.
Yeah.
Like the old ones, anyway. But I am a huge history buff as well, right? I love film and I love history and film and everything like that. So.
Okay.
And also, I mean, obviously, I'm Italian. So when I played this game, I resonated with Ezio so much because Ezio was just like
badass.
I don't know. Here's the thing, right? I have a very big place in my heart for gruff but charismatic vigilante type people, right? So like Batman, Nightwing, Ezio, Geralt of Rivia, like all these characters who are kind of similar but like different in their own ways, like I resonate with that hero. So Ezio just parkouring around the Italian Renaissance in all these areas that I want to go to as I want to go to Italy so bad. I got to go to the home country. And this was a way as a kid for me to see the home country, see places I've only heard of. And the story wasn't half bad. Like the story wasn't half bad. No, and the fact that it was based off of historical figures and like actual people, it made it so much cooler. And Assassin's Creed has been one of my biggest childhood things, right? It's been one of my biggest childhood franchises, and Ezio's my guy. The Ezio trilogy it's a trilogy for a reason. It's the only character with 3 games for a reason, because he's just fantastic and the games are fantastic. And Assassin's Creed 2 was my favorite out of the Ezio trilogy, and I still will die on the hill that says it's the best Assassin's Creed, hands down.
I would have to agree.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed 2 is definitely like the world renowned favorite out of all of them. I feel like everyone. I feel like Assassin's Creed 2 is like the universal. Like, yeah, that's the one. That's the best one. Even though the new ones or like newer ones, like they fleshed out like the systems and the world and the parkour. You know, like this one definitely has like a special place in my heart, because like this is like a game where like you told me to play it and I didn't play it until like I grew up a little bit, but this is definitely, you know, like a better like a top tier game. Like this actually might be like one of the best games of all time, like to like some like a good amount of people. Like my introduction to Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed 3. So like I skipped over this one and didn't get to it till later. But honorable mention, bro, from our childhood, like strictly like nostalgic reasons, bro, I'd have to say Assassin's Creed Unity was the GOAT. Same thing with like GTA, but fucking assassins. You showed up with 3 of your boys, and you was just running around silently murking dudes. And you unlocked like these cool new outfits, and like it was pretty grindy, and like you got missions and you can make money. Like if they had did that like and like nowadays and like fleshed it out a little more, dude, I think it would be insane.
I mean, Assassin's Creed Unity's parkour is the best parkour in the series.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
I don't know why they haven't brought it back.
Arno was like B tier though, but yeah.
Oh, he was so mid. Also, I hate the fact that. Well, I hate the fact also that how are your French characters and your French world speaking in British accents?
Yeah, no, that was a little weird.
Right? I mean, I played Unity recently. I had to play it in the French language with English subtitles.
What? Really?
I'm not gonna lie, it makes the game so much better.
You think so?
Like, because you're in France, you're in Paris, and your characters are speaking French. Now, the lip sync doesn't match up 100%, but
I'm sure.
You know, you take what you can get. But it's more immersive.
Are you a subbed or dubbed guy?
Oh, for anime?
Yeah.
Dubbed.
Yeah, me too. I can't do the subtitles, bro. I got ADHD. I can't be looking at the screen and like reading what's happening. Just scream at me in English. I don't want to know.
I love my girlfriend so much. I love her dearly. She's the light of my life. She watches dubbed anime with subtitles.
Is she insane?
She just likes to read the subtitles too. I'm like, then watch the subbed. But I don't like hearing the Japanese. I'm like, get out of my face.
Yeah, that's a little extra. That's a red flag, Joe. I'm joking. That's funny, bro.
It's a little late then.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's like a cardinal sin. So what was that number? That was your number 5.
That was my 5. Yep.
Oh, all right. So all right, rolling into my number 5, bro. What if I told you?
Oh, here we go.
Or again. You know what, Joe? What would you
just tell me?
What would you ask for in a video game?
Guns, cars, and tits.
Guns, cars, and tits. What if I told you I have a game for you
that has guns, cars, and tits?
That has
GTA?
We already went over GTA. Guns, cars, and tits. All right. A little lacking on the tits, but it's whatever. Now, I feel like this game doesn't get the love it deserves, maybe because it's like an anime style. But there's definitely.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, you could play it dubbed. Okay. So this is the game that your brother actually made me play, and I ended up buying it right before it landed on Game Pass, which kind of upsets me because I bought it at full price for like $60 back in the day, and then the next like month it was on Game Pass, so I was a little upset. So I'm talking about Persona 5 Royale, bro. That game.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. I was a little iffy.
Okay.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it doesn't look that fun. But maybe it's something like where you just have to jump into it and then you realize, oh shit, like the character development in this game, like everything about this game, like it just makes you like want to learn more about the characters, and like you get attached to these people. And I'll tell you what, man, like it's a life sim. It's like it's got good battle mechanics. It's badass. Like the fighting is sick. Like it's kind of not. It's like open section where like you live in this city and like, you know. And it's like it's got like not a morality system, but like you build relationships with your peers, and like that, like the more, like the higher the friendship with that person, the more effective they are in battle, which is sick. Like you get out of battle and then you like go to the arcade, you know, and then like you build your bond, and like they become a better asset for you while you're fighting in this other realm. It's all around like a really good video game, man, and I really think you should try it.
You know, you and my brother both have been telling me to play this game forever, and I'll get to it.
And it's got a Pokemon aspect to it too. Like you can, it's like you can
like turn-based.
It's turn-based, and you could also like capture the monsters you fight, and like you could turn into them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, not turn into them, but like use them.
Persona 5, that's the one with the Joker, right?
Joker, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, I see my brother. I see my brother play it, and it's like I understand why it's so revered, but I don't know. I got too much to play.
No, facts.
That's the thing too. And that's the shitty
it's like a
thing about
100-hour
video
game,
games, right?
Yeah.
There's like so much to play, and you're never gonna play it all.
Yeah, I feel like that's the journey, though. Like that's the charm of it.
Yeah, so it's like you find what works for you. You know, that's actually kind of how we have this list, right?
Yeah, what's your number 4?
Speaking on my number 4, actually. Yeah, I'm going with it. Resident Evil 4, 2005.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep, the original 2005 Resident Evil 4.
On what, GameCube or PS2?
Actually, PlayStation 4.
You said 2005.
Yep.
Huh?
So, I never played the original Resident Evil 4 on Xbox. I mean, on PlayStation or GameCube, right?
Oh, okay. So the remake.
I played it for... No. Remastered. So so they did ports of Resident Evil 4 on Wii U, on Wii, on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch. So you can play this game anywhere, and it's like going to be the exact same game as the original. I have played this game so many times. I love the campiness. I love the just the outrageous freaking mechanics, the tank controls. I mean, it's very outdated now, and the remake is so much better as far as gameplay, graphics.
Oh, I've heard that.
All that.
Yeah.
But there's just so much charm behind the original, and anyone who is an original Resident Evil fan will agree. Now, I love every Resident Evil game. I do. I love them all. But 4 is the best, and everyone agrees on that because there's it.
Yeah, I feel like that's
it's one of those
definitely
things that's hard to
universal.
explain. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to explain it, but you just know it when you see it and when you play it.
It just doesn't look that fun to me. But then I hear such good things about it. I'm just not a scary game kind of guy.
Well, it's not a scary game. That's the thing, and that's why Resident Evil 4 was so revered too, is because it kind of steered away from horror and more towards survival.
Oh.
Yeah. It's scary, but it's not like terrifying. You know, it's not like Outlast.
What's scarier, this or Village?
Neither. They're both kind of equal.
You think so? I didn't play either of them. I've never played a Resident Evil, so I don't know.
Resident Evil 7 is probably the scariest.
Village.
No, that's Biohazard.
No, 7
Village
is
is 8.
Village. No way.
Dude, Village is
Oh
8.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Don't at me, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I get it.
I won't talk to you about Pokemon. You don't talk to me about Resident Evil. I'll beat your ass.
Fair enough. All right. Rolling along. So,
Yeah.
for my list here, for my number 4, I just named the franchise, so which I realized is kind of like a big mistake, because this is like another long, like storied franchise, a Nintendo franchise that goes back to like, I don't know, the SNES, right? Like this is something that, like if I had to pick one, this is tough because like I've played all of them up or since the, I don't know, probably GameCube. So I'm talking about Mario Kart.
Okay.
So if I had to pick one,
Really?
yeah, for my number 4. So if I had to pick one that I resonate with, like, oh God, the most, just because like I played the most, or like it has something to do with my upbringing, I'd have to say Mario Kart for DS, bro. Mario Kart DS. That was my Mario Kart.
Okay.
Again, like this game, like when I was in daycare, or not daycare, like summer camp, right? I was again like maybe like 10 years old. Everybody had Mario Kart, bro. Everyone had a DS.
Naturally.
Had Mario Kart. If you had to bet money on like what game somebody had in their DS, it was Mario Kart. So like, bro, and like fun fact, when I was like 11 or 12, I was like, bro, this is when the library was cool, because they would do like events because like all the Wi-Fi's were just getting or all the libraries were just getting Wi-Fi and like doing these cool events all the time. So my local library was having a like Mario Kart tournament for like the state, and I fucking won, bro.
Okay.
I was like number
Really?
one in the Speedia. I was a menace. But yeah, this was definitely. But I don't know if you know this, but I've sworn off Mario Kart now. I will never play Mario Kart ever again.
Dude, I'm wondering. I always wonder why you won't play Mario Kart when you're at my house.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on the secret on why I despise Mario Kart and I hate playing it. Mainly because I'm so fucking good at it. And the game is fucking rigged. Okay? Bro, tell me, I will be like lapping people, right? And then some 5-year-old with a fucking booger in his chin, like it was just like not even paying attention, right? He's like poking the screen with the stylus or whatever, and he's in 8th place. Next thing I know, he hits a question block and he gets like a bullet bill, right? Now he's in 5th place. So now he hits a question block, and next thing I know, I'm about to lap him, and he pulls out a blue shell. And then next thing I know, I'm in 5th place. And what does little fucking Timmy do? He laps me. Because I got hit with a blue shell for being too fucking good at the game.
Bro, Timmy's just better than you.
You know what, Joe? I'm fucking tired of you. Fuck Mario Kart, bro. I can only play it if they can remove the blue shells. But yeah, I hate Mario Kart now. But this specific era from like 2011, that, like when I was a kid, you know what I mean? That Mario Kart, I would say. Now I just can't play it though, not anymore. But I'll never forget the fun times we had.
Yeah, no, I get that, 100%. What are we on, number 3 now?
Yeah, that was my number 4. We're on number 3.
Okay, so I was gonna say Batman Arkham City.
That's
because it's one of my it's literally one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I will die on that hill that it's one of the best superhero games of all time.
The
one
best
of the best
superhero
games of all time.
The best superhero game of all time.
But I have to be subjective here, and I have to pick a different game.
Ooh.
I have to pick Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, 2003.
Are you cheating here though? You had
so
okay, go on. You have a Star Wars game on here already.
I have a Lego game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
it was a Lego game.
Star Wars.
Okay, franchise. I guess it is two different. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So
The first
Star
one,
Wars
right?
Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars Knights. Hold on a second. Okay, so Star Wars Knights. I got my Darth Revan lightsaber. Knights of the Old Republic is the perfect RPG. It's made by BioWare, which are the same people that made Mass Effect, which are the same. You know, they're perfect at making RPGs.
Okay.
This is a time, right? This is right when Attack of the Clones came out, 2002, 2003, and the prequels were hyped, right? I mean, the Star Wars is in the height of its popularity in the early 2000s, and what does BioWare do? They decide to make an entire game based 1,000 years before Episode 1. So you have an entire society, entire ecosystem, an entire galaxy that was basically created from the minds of people at BioWare. I don't know if and LucasArts, and they just decided to do their own thing. And I gotta tell you, it is probably the greatest thing they could have done. Is just create a whole new story, not trying to be something that they're not. I mean, you have character developments. Like when I say developments, I mean you have like relationship building. You have morality systems. You basically, the whole story is you're Darth Revan and you lose your memory and you can either become a Jedi again or become a Sith again.
Yeah.
And you know, the story is fantastic. The amount of planets you can go to is ridiculous, and they're all like open sandbox, right? So I think it's, what is it, Korriban?
Yeah.
I think it's like around 8 or 9 different planets you can go to.
Wow.
And that's more than Jedi Survivor. That's more than Jedi Survivor, and I'm pretty sure Jedi Fallen Order combined.
I think it's more. Yeah, I was about to say more than that combined, because I think. Well, no, I think.
Yeah.
I think Fallen Order might have had like 5 worlds, and then it's probably like close, but like this game definitely like is fire, right? Like this game's definitely sick. Like
you never played it, right?
No, but I've played it here and there, but I've never like done a whole sit through. But obviously it has like one of the best characters in the franchise, period, right? With Darth Revan. And they do that dude so dirty, because like I feel like he deserves at least his own show or his own movie.
Dude,
like imagine they do like
I would
like
pay
the prequels,
any amount of money. Yeah, like the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
if they just Star Wars: The Old Republic like movie, like episode like technically like -5, you know?
Well, you know what they should have done in Jedi Survivor?
Yeah.
They should have had Darth Revan be the survivor.
Can you fucking imagine?
That would be literally perfect. Like Darth Revan comes out of the back to tank. He puts on his Mandalorian mask, puts his hood on, and has his freaking dual lightsabers.
Yeah.
And fucking Cal Kestis is going in there with the dual lightsabers.
Bro.
And dude,
that easily like
Disney.
the best like Star Wars character, like at least top 3, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, Anakin Darth Vader, best character of Star Wars. That's for me. But
absolutely.
But Darth Revan is definitely.
Do you like
and the
prequel
thing
Anakin?
that makes Darth? Fuck yeah, dude.
You like Hayden Christensen?
I love Hayden Christensen.
Really?
I love Hayden Christensen in Revenge of the Sith.
He gets a lot of hate for his performance.
Yeah, but he literally did everything perfectly. Like if you watch how George Lucas was directing him, and if you watch what he was asked in every scene, he did everything he could with it, and with the writing that they were given. Because let's be honest, the Star Wars writing is not the best.
Yeah, did you know like he got so much shit? Like he went into like hiding because people hated the prequels so much. Like he didn't act. Like you don't find Hayden Christensen movies like anywhere, because like he did that and like he just was like shunned. Yeah,
but did you see recently the Star Wars Celebration when he for Kenobi?
Yeah,
when
that made me cry.
And the standing ovation, like
yeah. That
but
was
I also
so
love
cool.
Anakin in the Clone Wars, right? So Clone Wars Anakin, Revenge of the Sith Anakin, just it's so great. But yeah, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, it is a perfect game.
Yeah.
Like, it's a perfect game.
I have to play through it one time or one day.
And it's something I've played, and that's actually, I played this during COVID.
Really?
Like, I first played this during COVID.
Oh, shit.
And it was one of those, it was the game that got me through COVID. Because I had to come back home from California during COVID. I didn't have my PlayStation 4 or my Xbox One. And all I had was my brother's old 360, and it was hooked up to the internet. And I bought Knights of the Old Republic, and I was like, let's try it out. Mm-hmm. Dude, I played that thing for months, and I never wanted to put it down.
Yeah, no, definitely a goated game, bro. Speaking of goated games,
100%.
speaking of goats, like this, my number 3 is definitely, bro. I'd have to say, it's definitely like.
Did you say Goat Simulator?
Yeah, Goat Simulator.
Wait, really?
No. So like this game actually might be like obviously these are like our games, like our top 10, like personal, but like this is definitely a game that I could see like on a lot of people's top 10s. And this was my introduction to this franchise. And I tell you what, man, I don't think I could have, entered a franchise on a higher note, because I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, bro. That game, oh my god, bro. Like, first of all, Final Fantasy games are fire, right? Like I'd say like majority of them are fire. Like 15 was mid.
I've never played one.
You, bro. I would say the remake is free on PlayStation Plus, and it's like a 40-hour game.
Still?
Yep. You could play the remake for free. Or not for free, obviously, with a PS Plus subscription or whatever. Bro,
right.
When I bought this game, first of all, I bought the deluxe edition without playing a Final Fantasy before. Because, like, this just looked so cool to me, and I wanted it. And I found it was on Let Go for like $100. I was like, okay, bet. So, I picked this game up. I play it on my PS4, which, again, was the Jet Engine. And, whatever. At the time, it is what it is. The PS5 wasn't out yet. Sue me. So, I played this game for, oh my god. Like, I played through the story. It took me like 40 hours. When I was done, I probably had close to like 75, 80 hours into it, just because I loved the world. I loved Midgar. I loved Cloud Strife. I loved Tifa, Aerith, like the whole like cast, bro. Like the game has like a perfect cast. Sephiroth is like the most badass villain ever. Like, this game was so sick. And like, it was such a good entrance to like an JRPG like franchise, because like it was such like an easy game to just pick up, play the combat system, and like just watch the story. Like, it was so fire. And this was my number 1 for a while, but like over time it kind of like it bumped its way down to 3. But yeah, this is my number 3, bro, and you have to try it. If you were trying to get into Final Fantasy though, play 16, because 16 is really good so far.
Yeah, you keep saying that, and I want to do it. It's just I got so much shit to play right now, bro. Not enough time.
You gotta make time.
I know.
Bro.
Shit, we're at number 2, huh?
Yeah, it's your number 2, bro.
So my number 2 is The Last of Us Part 1.
Ooh,
and
for PS.
I mean,
what?
So originally, I mean, all of them. PS3, PS4, PS5. It's all a fantastic game. Mm-hmm. But I originally played it on PS3. And this was one of those games that I was just so excited for, right? I saw it on Game Informer. I picked it up at GameStop like a couple months later. And my first reaction was, oh, this is going to be like a Walking Dead game, because that's the Walking Dead came out during that time.
Yeah, around this time, right? Yeah.
And it was like the height of zombie apocalypse shit.
Mm-hmm. This genre was popping.
I did not intend to get so invested into Joel and Ellie's relationship, that surrogate father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally beat the game about 15 times on PS3, about 6 times on PS4, and then me and my girlfriend just replayed it on PS5.
Yeah. I know you played this game a lot. Like, especially, it's not a short story either. Like, it's a long game.
No. Yep.
And you played the shit out of this game.
I know every nook and cranny of this game, like every bit of it. Mm-hmm. But every time I am still just... I never get old of it. It never gets old.
Yeah, this is definitely. I have a funny story about this game. So like when
Okay.
I think I bought the remaster. I didn't play it on PS3, but I had a PS4 and I played it. I got the remaster one day. I remember if it was. I think I just bought it one day, and I told back in the day, bro. Back in his day, right? Our school gave us like 17 like excused absences, right? So
Right.
I was like, bet. I'm like, I got this game, and I stayed home for like 3 days straight. I don't even think I slept. Just straight up Twix and Arnold Palmer, bro. And I was just playing. I played this game for like, I beat it in like, I don't know, 35 hours or something like that.
That's crazy.
And bro, I did not sleep. I played this game all the way through. Stayed home from school because my mom was the GOAT. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Unfortunately, not on my list, which is
Sorry, that's why I got you.
Yeah, which is also a good thing because like I feel like we don't have. I don't think we had any repeated games at all, which is kind of cool. Like it's kind of it's a little diversified, and it's not like we, it's not repetitive. I guess it kind of shows like we both had like different childhoods growing up too. Like I definitely had like a different like surrounding of games as you may say. Like my video game like childhood is definitely very different than yours, and like this list kind of shows it, which is nice. So my number 2, maybe it has something to do. Maybe it's some recency bias. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but the first game was originally here, and then the sequel came out, and it's the same game, but like times 3, and it's just so much better. And now I go back to the old game, I'm like, why will I ever need to play this game again? And I'm talking about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Definitely. Yo, we waited for the midnight release. We got there at like 10 o'clock, which is like kind of early for a midnight release, right? We waited online.
These days, anyway.
Yeah, we waited online, and tell you what, man, first of all, we were just chilling, but like the people who show up to these things are definitely like weirdos, but like fuck it, we were there.
Yeah, for sure.
We were there, bro. We waited online. Our girls brought us Taco Bell. It was definitely like I'd have to say like the side quests around getting this game were like part of the reason why I love this game too. Like we literally like planned this out. We went there. We picked up the game at midnight, bro. This is another one because I don't know if you noticed this, but when I love a game, I will do whatever it takes to spend the next day, night, whatever, playing this game. So like the same way I like took off school for Last of Us, I took off work and rented a hotel just to fucking play this game. I
remember that.
I literally just wanted like my own. I wanted like we rented it for the weekend, Friday to Sunday or Friday to Saturday, right? And like we were just like, fuck it. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I still beat it before you.
Yeah, no, I'm still like, yeah. I know the gist though. I did all the glyphs and the memories and all that jazz. I'm on my 3rd dungeon, but. Yeah, I'd have to say this is definitely my number 2, bro, and I love it, and it's so fun, but Final Fantasy 16 is kind of like the reason why I haven't beat it yet, so blame that, but I have to say this is my number 2.
I gotta say, I'm glad you said it, because it's not on my list.
Ooh, blasphemy.
Well, it's not on my list. Well, it's not on my list just because it's one of those things where it's like Zelda's such a new franchise to me.
Really?
I didn't play... Yeah, dude, I didn't play Zelda growing up. My first Zelda was actually Breath of the Wild.
Really?
Huh. Yeah, my first Zelda was Breath of the Wild, and that
Zelda.
was, and that was also in 2020. I didn't play it in 2017. I got my Switch in 2020.
Oh yeah, that was my first game, bro.
In 2020.
That was my first game.
Yeah. So I Zelda's new to me, so it's like it's one of those franchises where it's like, it's part of this. It's part of this part of my life. I don't know. It's a current franchise for me, I should say.
Yeah, bro. All right, yo, we're at our number 1 games now, bro. This is like the meat right here, bro.
Okay. My number 1's going to be very controversial.
Ooh, spicy.
But everyone's going to agree that it's a fantastic game, but it's number one for me. So it took me 3 years to beat this game because I didn't want to beat it.
No way.
Like, I didn't want to finish it because I knew when I finished it, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I wanted to be as invested, immersed, and fully taken over by this game as much as possible. I mean, you can literally, you have your own house in the DLC, you have a vineyard, you go out and kill monsters, and you help people, and you have a surrogate daughter, and you have, love interests, and you have morality. Yeah, maybe I just want a daughter. Maybe I just want a kid, But I'm talking about The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, I love this game so much because it is... when you can't really explain it, you're just breathtaking. I mean, the opening intro alone makes, like, the Vikings TV show seem like a student film. So it's so hard to explain it. I really want to get really deep into it. The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is a perfect game. You have elements of, it's an RPG, so you have RPG elements, obviously. You have some of the best combat I've ever played with. You have decent horseback riding. You have fantastic morality factors. You have multiple endings. You have fantasy. You have magic. You have legend. You have love interests. You have companions. It's just, and the freaking world is so expansive. I mean, this game came out in 2015 and it still holds up.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean,
they remade it.
Novigrad alone, the city basically is one of the big cities in the game. Novigrad alone is so immersive and expansive. It's like, okay, so this came out at a time when Game of Thrones was still like in its height, right? Like the middle of its height. So that's where the fantasy genre was kind of at. But this game spawned a TV show, and the books that were the game is based off of basically spawned this. This game made me want to read books. This game made me want to read the Witcher series. I'm still reading it, but it made me interested in reading the Witcher series. This game made me interested in watching Game of Thrones because originally I didn't have HBO as a teenager. So I didn't watch Game of Thrones until last year.
A lot of people don't realize
it made me want to watch Game of Thrones
too.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize that until later on.
Yep. And like I have no complaints with this game at all in any sense of it.
Definitely top tier game. I feel like this is another one where it actually like could show up in a lot of people's lists, not just ours,
Yeah, I hope so because I feel like it's one of those games that's kind of forgotten too because of how much stuff has come out.
Yeah, it definitely was like an early pioneer for these types of games, like open world. I actually have to say, like, Final Fantasy 16 has like a similar combat system to this game, and it's actually kind of like I get a lot of Witcher 3 vibes from Final Fantasy 16. Like you fight dragons, like you cast spells, like it's definitely a lot like this game. But this game definitely like walked, so like other games that came out after this in the similar style could run. Like there's
this game walked so Elden Ring could run.
Elden Ring, even like games like Red Dead, like games like that, like this game definitely set up like a whole world of like open world games. Like this game was like the RPG, pioneer. Yep. Yeah, like this game, because like before this, like people played like Dungeons and Dragons, and like that's the only time you could like have a similar experience to something like this, because like there's dragons, there's like random monsters, like that wasn't like common in like an open world RPG game.
I mean, you got Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, that is actually true.
I like. Here's the thing, like in Skyrim though, and Oblivion, you're playing as your character. Right? In The Witcher, you're playing as Geralt, and Geralt has his own story. But Geralt is kind of like the perfect protagonist because he is basically he has so much depth behind him, but he's also a silent protagonist. So like you have the same vibe where you're experiencing his life, but you are living his life, and it's beautiful.
It's very immersive.
It's beautiful. The game is beautiful, and the visuals are still beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And I will die on this hill that it is my favorite game of all time.
Wow.
I mean, it took me 3 years to beat it because I didn't want to be done with it.
Yeah. Listen, man, I hear you. Like, there's definitely some merit to that because, like, I'm the same way because I know, like, once I beat a game, like, chances are it goes back on the shelf and it's just a good memory, you know? There's very little incentive after beating, like, there's not, like, a lot of games I find it really hard to play after you beat because, like, what's the incentive, right? Like, it's like, okay, I want to play this game, I want to beat it, whatever. It's very hard for a game to like make you want to do everything other than the story. And I feel like The Witcher 3 is definitely like a game that makes you do that. It's like I don't want to beat it because there's so much other stuff I got to do, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
That's definitely good number one. So my number one, right? If you know me, you could definitely name the franchise.
Hold on.
Huh?
Pokemon.
What'd you say?
Is it Pokemon?
Yeah, definitely Pokemon. But which one is the key thing, right? Because, like, obviously they're all very different.
Right.
And a little backstory, I guess, like, my first one was Ruby Sapphire, because I was, like, you know, I was a 99 kid. So, like, growing up, those were my Pokemon games. And then I went back and played the older ones, whatever. But those were my games. So now, like, I've played every single Pokemon game. You know what I mean? Like, I literally, this is like my life. You know what I mean? So out of all of them, I have to pick one, and it's kind of like a clear and obvious choice for me. And I think it's probably renowned as like the best one of all time anyway, and for a good reason. I'm talking about Pokemon Soul Silver, bro.
Yo,
tell me when this game came out, bro, with the fucking Pokewalker dog, you would, I saw first of all, I saw the commercial for this game because I just beat Pokemon Platinum, and like that was my favorite. Pokemon Platinum was my favorite, and then this came out, bro. I got the double pack with Ho-Oh and Lugia in the big ass box with the two Pokewalkers. I was walking around, bro, with Pikachu in one pocket and then like my Cyndaquil in my other pocket.
That's amazing.
Cyndaquil, right? Oh my god, this is horrible.
Cyndaquil?
I think it's Cyndaquil. Ho-Oh. Or I mean Hoenn, right? No, fuck, that's Ruby. Oh my god, I'm such a fake fan.
Well, no. Blaziken, Torchic was Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, so
no, you were right. You're right.
Cyndaquil. Yeah, Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, bro.
No, Johto. Was it Johto?
It's
Johto or Hoenn? No, Johto.
And dude, I don't know if you knew this. How many badges are in a typical Pokemon game?
I think like 8.
This one had 16, bro. This one had Johto. After you beat Johto, you could be like, I'm gonna go to Kanto, which was the first game. So you could go play 8. You could get 8 badges, Elite Four, Johto, and then when you do that, you go to Kanto and do it all over again. And I fucking loved it.
That's
every
amazing.
second of it. And this was my childhood, my favorite Pokemon game of all time, my favorite franchise of all time. And this will never change, and it will always be like this. And I wish Pokemon was better nowadays because it is rough.
Dude, same.
I don't think Game Freak knows how to make games anymore.
No. They just know how to milk it.
Yep. No shit, dude. That's the list, man.
That's a good list.
I think
That's
we have
a really good
solid list, dog.
I do too. I mean, but I don't want to say it's up to them if we have a solid list. Obviously, they're gonna have opinions. And,
let us know if wherever you're watching this. If there's a comment section, like I said, let us know what games you definitely think that we should have had on here or whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. Like, let us know if there's a game that we didn't talk about, because we might not have played it, and we might be interested in playing it, you know? So there's that, too. But yeah, we're going to try to do this little thing, the Legend of Podcast, every week or so. You know, we're trying to get to it. Just something fun that we wanted to share with you guys. You know, so if you want to stick around, we appreciate it. And, yeah, I mean, I don't got anything else to say. Thanks for sticking around if you got it this far.
Hey, listen, yeah, thanks for watching. And if you did, you're a retainage legend, and it's much appreciated. Make sure whatever platform you're watching this on, give us a follow, give this video a like wherever you find it, whether it's a clip or the full podcast, or if you wanted something on in the background, you're watching us on YouTube or whatever, just interact with us a little bit. We would love to get to know you guys and find more nerds like us and have more conversations, and sometime in the future probably have like a live comment section where to interact with you guys and try to definitely incorporate like other people's perspectives into these conversations. It would definitely be a dope experience, right? So like, you know, absolutely. But that all starts with the interaction. So we would love to keep going and try to keep this weekly and you know, try and give you guys some solid content to maybe make you think a little bit and bring out those nerd juices in you that we all know you have and left on your pants when you were 13. So we appreciate it, guys, and I hope you tune in. I hope you liked this one, and I hope you tune into the next one and to the bunch of other ones we're gonna have. So and also put down some video ideas down there. If you have some like other top 10 ideas you'd like to see us talk about, let us know, man. But we're all ears. And we might. Go ahead.
I just want to say too, like, don't feel like you have to subscribe. Like, oh yeah, follow, subscribe, all that stuff.
No,
if you want to, go right ahead.
No, you have to.
Nah, but if you want to, go right ahead. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support.
But for real though, you have
to. Yeah, seriously. Seriously, you have to. But
let's wrap it up here. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated, and tune in next time, man. Peace.